Now, I'm not sure if you were listening earlier when I mentioned the announcement regarding the clean thing, but the trash incinerator $75,000 party. Now, do you remember what number that the region came out on that list, by any chance?
21. Yes, it is.
Would you try to share that number?
I think we only need 21.
So, now, I understand that shortly after the banking came up and a motion before the regional council by Councilor Jennifer O'Connell that requested an inquiry on behalf of the taxpayers into this expenditure, and that you spoke against it, and the motion was ultimately defeated 11 to 13. Now, if you were so confident that all the proper procedures were followed with respect to the decision-making process for spending that money, why would you have supported an inquiry?
Well, if you'd like us to spend some money on something everyone should have known about, we could do that. But if council read their agenda, read the budget, there was no answer. And just so you know, I didn't speak to you today. Don't suggest I did.
So, in your opinion, don't you feel that public inquiry was clear the air, so to speak, with respect to this issue?
Which part is not understandable? We spent $75,000. 25,000 was spent by us, 25 by York, and 25 by Counc. Which part of that doesn't anyone understand?
Now, I understand that you apologized for this expenditure.
No, I didn't apologize for ordering 10. Not to the event.
So you did not apologize for spending taxpayers' money on sushi and Downshire?
No.
Or you did not apologize for spending taxpayers' money on miniatures in your shovel?
No.
Now, I want to know on behalf of residents of Ward 3, what you can
Well,
say.
you were there. Did you not get shoveled when you were there?
Actually, I was not inside the event. I was outside the event.
I think you were there. I think we have pictures of the inside of the tent.
I was photographing the inside of the air conditioned tent, so there was a picture of it. If I can continue with that interruption by the speaker. Okay, I'd also like to know what you can say to the residents, my constituents in Ward 3, who are concerned, and they'd like to know what you can say to them to convince them that their tax dollars won't be wasted in such a frivolous and irresponsible manner again.
Well, you can say to your taxpayers, which are, by the way, our taxpayers, not yours. But I want to say this. If you want to read in the terms, present itself like somebody who doesn't know how to conduct business or doesn't present itself in a professional manner. You hold your functions the way you want. We'll hold ours the way we want. What we had here was we had the Prime Minister invited, we had the Premier invited, we had both Ministers of Environment invited, we had people from Europe attending, and we had some councillors from this council inviting all their Facebook friends to photocopy their invitation and crash the party. So, I don't know how you would like that working. Maybe if you're having a party and I find out about it, I'll get some of my Facebook friends over. But we were representing the region of Dutton. It's a $270 million project. We paid $25,000 for a groundbreaking, which I think is a pretty good investment. We had worldwide recognition. We had worldwide press. I think it was money well worth spending, to tell you the truth. So that's my explanation to the residents. So you might have your own, but that's mine.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson. So is it fair to say then that you feel that by inviting people who are essentially paying for this project through their tax dollars, that they are in fact crashing the party?
I think it was a closed party that was by invitation only. And if you weren't invited, you as a councillor shouldn't have been suggesting a whole bunch of people go when they know they weren't invited.
I was not invited.
So I'm going to move on to the next issue. Thank you, Mr. Anderson, for that. That was very illuminating. I have the next question I have for you involves something that you mentioned earlier, that the general contractor will be on site in February. Now, when I was knocking on doors during the campaign for council, the majority of the residents that I encountered were opposed to the project. Now, a small minority, actually, supported the project because they looked forward to the jobs that the construction of the project would bring. Indeed, there are actually 2 union locals, and many of their members right in Ward 3, and these are workers, struggling through a recession, told me that they really look forward to the jobs that the project would create for them. And that's actually been assured by both politicians and the local business managers and by the proponents that the who was present throughout the entire environmental process over the last 7 years, is it true that they're strangely no longer a construction contractor for this project?
I think you're right.
Now, when they've gone on, what guarantee is there that this $272 million project will in fact be built by local union workers?
Well, we have an agreement with Counc, and they know our position on hiring local, they know our position on tendering, and they know our position on purchasing. So we would assume that they'll keep their word and hire as many local people as they can.
So you have Counc word that they'll hire local union workers to build the incinerator?
I not only think I have the word, I think they said it at a public meeting in Clarendon.
So this brings me to one of my questions. Now, I'm going to list a few places, and she probably has a comment, I'll be very brief. Philadelphia, Lancaster City, and Chester, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, Springfield, and Rochester, Massachusetts, Oklahoma, Florida, Wallingford, Connecticut, Honolulu, Hawaii, and Warren City, Newark, Oxford, and Union City, New Jersey, Alexandria, Virginia, and Dublin, Ireland. Does anything pop to mind with these names ring a bell by any chance? Are you familiar?
All of them are in the United States.
Thank you. Actually, I can tell you, these places are all places where Counc operating incinerators have not just broken their word, but they've broken the law, and they've been fined by the state government for exceeding allowable pollution limits. The total cost is fine that Counc has faced on these violations, and this is just environmental exceedances. This isn't labor violations. It's $736,573. To me, that's a lot of broken promises. So I would like to know, why should we expect Counc to operate this incinerator differently?
Councilor, we have an agreement with Counc, and Counc will follow the agreement, or we'll fire them. So that's how the agreement reads, and that's how I'll enforce it.
Okay, my last question is, I would like to know, is it true, I can't comment on this for legal reasons, but is it true that their arrangements in Counc are currently being sued by a public interest group called Durham Clear?
I think we're being sued. I think they're taking us to court very conflict on this issue earlier. So we changed momentarily our PC conflict and we're to the other organization. Bring them back. Sorry, what was your conflict?
I believe that Mrs. Neal and the contributors to Durham Clear. Okay.
Is that accurate, that the region and Counc are currently involved in litigation regarding
That's correct.
Now, would you say that it's a good allocation of taxpayer dollars to be paying for an expensive Toronto law firm to fight the environmental group and to defend a project that could potentially endanger our health and contribute to environmental degradation, and we know you can be providing jobs for local workers and buildings that project?
Absolutely, 100%. It's correct that we defend the taxpayers' dollars. As far as the Toronto lawyer, I think they have a Toronto lawyer, so maybe it's fair. But I would have that.
If you can, in just a moment, in the audience, would you please listen to the public comment and please not make them have some decorum.
I would suggest to you, Councilor, that if somebody was suing the municipality of Clarendon for falling on your sidewalk, you would defend yourself. This is a $270 million contract. I would suggest the region would be wise to defend itself, and we will.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have one more question, but we can bring it up to the Novak. It doesn't concern me on the resolution. So, my last question is simply sort of coming on the tail of your saying that you think it is a good allocation of taxpayers' money to fight that. I think
I said it's a good allocation of money to defend the regional position.
So do you agree then that if the chair were elected, that this would create a higher level of accountability in the position of regional chair?
I don't think so. The chair is accountable to council and accountable to the residents of the Durham region by people who elected regional council. So it's not going to change the difference. Whoever gets elected, instead of getting elected 24 to 4, they're going to have 600,000 potential votes.
Thank you, Mr. Anderson.
You're more than welcome.
Thank you. We have other questions for the regional chair.
Thank you. Good evening, Mr. Anderson. Thank you very much for coming this evening. Your job is a thankless job, I must say that, and you do an excellent job, whether people want to believe that or not. I know you will apologize for the extravagance that some people say that in regards to the party. That's in the past, and I probably would have done things a little differently if I was doing something of that magnitude in regards to the taxpayers, but that's the past.